NorCal, 209 King of Comedy. It's Rick without the K. James presents, in my opinion, podcast.
I'm going to tie two subjects in only because I feel like it'll work.
Two for one, y'all.
Two for one. 2 for 1, so we might go a little bit long, but not hopefully too long.
Right.
If only one were to pass away, who would you pick? Tupac or Biggie?
It's just so
I'm partial to Pac,
I know you are.
so Biggie, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Goddamn it! So
Yeah.
for me, it's simple. For me, Pac. Who would you say? Yeah.
Biggie.
You'd
I'm
want
total East Coast.
you want to keep Biggie, or
Yes.
he's dead too?
No, I'd want to keep Biggie.
See, I was trying to get her to agree with me.
You want?
I wanted to hear
No,
fucking.
I know. I
But
know
why? But why?
because I just love his music so much more. I love those beats.
Do you feel like
Although
if
it was,
both of them were still alive right now,
yeah,
who would you still be supporting?
who would
Both?
still be? No, because I stopped supporting Pac even before he died.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I
then-
only liked like his first and second album. My husband liked more, but I
Really?
yeah.
See, I asked that
just-
question because I felt, for me, again, the reason I like Pac so much is I felt Pac get better with every album. I felt like he put the work in it, and you see the transition from first to last album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
And you're like,
again,
man, just lyrically,
You
he's
gotta
going
think
in there
of
working.
Maybe where my life was at the time of when Biggie's albums were out. I liked listening to. I mean, shit, his stuff fucking hits hard when you got two 12s in the fucking trunk
Yeah.
and you got the fucking windows down
Oh, yeah,
and
you're
you're
doing
rolling down the street. I'd rather listen to Biggie.
The ambition as a writer? Come on, man. That shit bumps, bro. That shit bumps when you put it on. What are you talking about? No. All right.
Okay, so if I could only bring one of them back,
Yeah.
essentially is the question, right? If you
Yeah.
can only bring one of these. Okay, so honestly, I love Pac, and Biggie's good. Honestly, bro, for that reason exactly, I probably would bring back Biggie and let Pac be dead because honestly, him dying at 25 is part of the reason why there's such an allure to his name and his
Yeah.
spirit and his work.
Yeah,
Because
so
there's
much
there's
more.
always gonna be that, wish upon a star moment, like what if,
Yeah.
and that's beautiful. And now that the hard part is over, now that he's dead, I know if I was in his position, now that the hard part is over, the death part, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want to go back. Leave it the way it is. Because let me tell you something. Like 7 years ago, I was watching a fucking TV show, a reality show, another one of these like experimental reality shows, and the fucking TV show was Snoop Dogg with his family doing a reality show. It was like I don't know what the show is called, fucking Snoop Troop or some shit. I don't know. I don't know. But here's the thing, bro. So I watched this shit. This might have been more than 7 years ago. I'm watching this shit, and I watched the intro to the show. And on the intro to this show about Snoop Doggy Dogg with his wife and his kids, and they all live in the same house, and this is a reality show, right? The intro to this reality show is Snoop Dogg rapping. And there was this one part where Snoop Dogg said, and I don't make my kids eat their vegetables.
You're afraid that they would have done
And
that to
right
Pac?
there, I was like, you know what? I'm glad Pac died at 25, man. Because if this is what we're going to
Love
fucking
and
turn
Hip-Hop.
into.
He would have been on Love and Hip Hop and shit. They would have had him
Bro,
dancing with the stars.
He would
and
have been
shit.
the host of The Bachelor or some shit. It's like-
Oh my God.
But
what I'm saying is sometimes death is a good thing.
he's stupid.
No bullshit. Go back. I forget what the name of the show is with Snoop Dogg and his family. I forget what it's called. The Snoop Troop or I really don't know. But I swear to God, there is, and I don't make my kids eat their vegetables. And he's like crib walking, talking about, like, and he didn't write that shit. The fucking writers of the show wrote that shit. Here you go, Snoop. Can you rap this for us? So when and another example, Ice Cube, scariest man in America at one point.
Yeah.
Now every time I think Ice Cube, I see him and that fucking with the orange vest around his neck, and he's got the fucking fishing pole from Are We There Yet? When I think I was cute. When I just like, 'cause I don't want that to be Pac, you know? So stay dead, Pac. If you're ever thinking about it, if Machiavelli, if you're actually alive in Cuba, stay in Havana, my guy. Don't come back here. We don't need another disappointment. The shit is bad. You see it.
So if we're gonna talk about hypotheticals and what would have happened, though, I tell people I feel like Biggie would have just fizzled out, or been Jay-Z, right? Because I feel like Jay-Z tries to play like he was Biggie. He would have been Jay-Z, and Jay-Z would have been somebody else, right? He would have been Memphis Bleak,
Maybe,
right?
maybe.
Damn.
I mean, you know, but why do you say that? Are you saying there wasn't room for both of them to do what they did?
Because I think of those two, and that's the reason I wrote it. I feel like Martin and Malcolm, right? And I feel like
Who's
tell
Martin,
people
who's Malcolm. In this
obviously Pac was Malcolm, right?
Okay.
But I felt like if Pac would have been able to grow up, come on, man, we're two dudes. You're in your 30s. I just hit 40, right? I'm 41, right? Motherfuckers, right? But
2 years ago.
But I know at 25 I wasn't a fucking man. You know what I mean? I thought I was. Yeah, I had kids and I had family and shit like that. But it takes us men a lot longer to grow the fuck up.
Yeah, we're stupid.
You know, that's why Pac was still banging at 25. I find it funny when I see someone my age talking about, hey man, I'm like, really? You still banging this shit, bro? Like, grow the fuck up. Like, and I grew up in the gang culture too, right? But I don't go out and do it at 41. There's just no reason to do it.
Bro.
So I say if Pac had the chance, to grow the fuck up, man, he might have been the greatest politician. He would have been, you don't think
Hell
so?
no.
I think he just
Hell no. Hell no. If he was really going to try to bring the Black Panthers back, they would have assassinated him. He would have been fucking doing a speech in a parking lot somewhere in Glendale. They just would have shot his ass from the top of a library. Bro, they wouldn't have let Pac stay alive. Well, too many people loved him. He was going to die, bro. I think
he was going to die anyways.
There's a part of me that still thinks
just like Malcolm. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
it was going to happen.
He was going to get that realization, and then like Malcolm,
and also Tupac was not going to be a politician, bro. There's no fucking way Tupac was going to be on the Senate floor, fucking talking about I'd like to recant my time. I want my time back. Yeah.
Hanging out with Kanye?
No, there's no fucking way. Tupac's in there with fucking what's the guy's name? The turtleneck looking motherfucker, the politician. What the fuck is his name? Leslie Graham or Sidney Graham or whatever. Yeah, Leslie Graham.
All right, we're going to make a quick transition, and I have to end the podcast like this, even though this might be the first clip that I leak out, only because of timing.
Right.
Since we're talking about death and demise, and we lost two people in the last week. One of which who had some hits. We lost Black Rob. I think it was yesterday.
Yes.
I still bump Whoa like it ain't shit.
Yes.
So rest in peace, Black Rob. But we have to talk about DMX, man.
Of course.
I have to. Thank God no one's mentioned him as an underrated MC or any of that shit. Only because I feel like DMX made his own place in hip hop, man.
Yeah.
When you heard fucking X, it was on. I saw someone write some dumbass shit this past week talking about who even still bumps him.
Oh
and
my
I'm
God.
like, what do you mean? Who even still bumps him, bro? Like, I want to fucking rough ride down your street, motherfucker, by saying that shit.
Right.
And I think I have a different kinship. I'm going to share the story. I shared it on my TikTok, but I'm going to share it here on the podcast. There's a reason this CD is up, man. You know, and that CD is up because when I got into my car accident, that's the CD that was playing.
Right.
So when I got into my major car accident, fucked up my hand, fucked up my head, you know what it's like? I had a shaved head and my scalp got fucking pulled out, right? That's why I got this big ass scar on my head. And sitting there with my scalp hanging from my head, hearing in the background, and it's fucking DMX playing.
Holy
so
shit, bro.
My soundtrack to my death was fucking DMX. So I think I just have a different kinship to the shit.
Right.
To know that I probably should have passed away in September of 2000, listening to X, and then to hear that X passed away, it kind of took me kind of hard, man.
Yeah.
You know, last week I just went away last weekend with my girl. We took a day off when I heard the news, where I was
Yeah.
like, man, I don't even want to think about this shit.
Yeah.
Because yes, we all know he had a drug addiction problem, and you know, but he was, as you kept saying throughout the podcast, imperfect person, man.
Yeah.
He was, and I think that's why I loved him so much, is he was so genuine. Integrity was everything for this motherfucker. If he rhymed about it, he did it. If he rhymed about robbing motherfuckers, he was still doing it while he was popular. You know what I mean? So this man, and that's why I just wanted to give a little portion to X, because to me he meant so much. And I'm hoping that you guys may have a different story, or at least you could say that you listen to the man, because any of these young people that don't know who the fuck X is and passed over that scrolling shit on their TikTok, man, it's just upsetting to me, because sometimes I feel like you have to pay homage to people that came before you and realize where you're going and how you're getting there. Somebody else made that and paved that way for you, man. So I'm going to kick it over to you real quick.
See, my thing is, I'm not mad. Again, I'm trying to be a reformed old head. I'm trying. So I'm not mad at the kids for not knowing who DMX is. I'm not mad at them for that. All I'm saying is, if you really are a hip hop head and you don't know who DMX is, that's cool. Just look into it, because what the guy meant to an entire generation, he was like a certain unique energy that hip hop had at that time. It was almost like he was like a one-man rock band. You know what I'm saying? Like, he brought that type of energy to the stage. People fuck with him the way you would fuck with like a rock band. You know, you get all hyped up and shit. Mosh pits. How many rappers have mosh pits during their shit? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had mosh pit music for fucking rap, for the rap world. So it's cool if you don't know who he is, man. It's cool. I'm not hating on you, all right? I'm not going to call you a little fucking dummy or a little stupid idiot or a little nonsense-ass motherfucker. I'm not Rick James, all right? I'm not going to fucking kick you off a freeway. But yeah, that's what he was to the late 90s hip-hop scene. He was an energy. He was a certain feel. And so it resonates to this day, man, because go to any sports stadium in America, every now and then, every stadium is going to play some fucking, stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. And the whole fucking crowd goes wild. How many people in their life can have 100,000 people rapping their lyrics back to them in cult mode? In all out cult mode. He had that. So that's like a certain pinnacle that very few people get to touch. And he was one of a kind, man, because he had that energy. Who else can you say was like DMX?
No one.
Nobody. Nobody. People who try, is so obvious that they're trying, you know?
Single-handedly saved Def Jam. But
there you go.
Man.
That's why they got a video game.
Yep.
He came out on the Locks. Like, that
yeah,
was
he
the
fucked with the
first
Locks too,
time
yeah.
that they heard him.
Yeah.
Russell Simmons heard
dope
him, was
ass
on the
group.
Locks. Yeah.
That was hard,
like,
yeah.
And when he came out, like, it wasn't even like he had never been out before and who was this? It was like, oh, that's DMX.
Yeah.
You already knew who he was, and you had every single album that he did.
Right.
And I know that was my husband's favorite rapper was DMX.
Hard, man.
Oh, really?
DMX is hard, bro.
Yeah.
He was an energy.
I'm not even a religious person, but I couldn't wait to hear the new prayer.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I couldn't wait to hear the fucking new prayer and be like, man, it made me want to be at church without being at church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just, I don't know, man. DMX he's one of those dudes that I was scrolling through TikTok watching dumb shit, and they were talking about how he's even one of those rappers that had homophobic lyrics, but gay people will bump the shit out of it and scream his, like, you know what I mean? Like, on some joking shit, right? So, and I'm like, that is so true, man.
Yeah.
Like, because he you took him for who the fuck he was, man.
Right. Because you knew he wasn't trying to be. I feel like part of his whole angle was, I'm not perfect. From the get-go, and I know I've been saying this all day, but like this is why we like so many of these artists. This is why you like an artist, because something resonates, and it's like when an artist is being vulnerable, they're showing their imperfections, they're showing people that they don't have it all. You don't have it all together. DMX never claimed to be that. He wasn't Diddy, fucking shiny suits and shit like that. Yeah. It was just like, this is who I am. This is what I am, and it lasted a whole generation. Really, that energy lasted a whole generation.
We did car shows, and all the Rough Riders were there.
Yep.
Well.
Back then.
So yeah, man, R.I.P. bro, to one of the fucking biggest figures ever in hip hop, unique figures, you know.
All right. Well, I'm going to end like that, you guys. I want to thank you, Kara. I want to thank you, Rudy. And I'm going to dedicate this episode to DMX.
Boy, Charlie Murphy, my main man, Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Please hit the subscribe button down low so you can see all new clips, all new episodes coming to you.